Okay, so continuing on with how can the Bible, reading the Bible and attending church help me with perception versus reality. We're going to cover verse Colossians 3:2. It's chapter 3, verse 2, and it says, "Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things." When I think about this verse and how we are every day here on earth, we are human people, but we do have, our spiritual being inside of us. And we get so caught up in our everyday stuff. And reality versus perception is that because we are spiritual beings also, we're not always going to be here. Not everything that we get freaked out about and upset about or worried about matters. It really doesn't. Even the heavy, hard stuff, when you think about it, apart from glory, and what I mean by that is heaven and the afterlife, it doesn't matter. I mean, unless you have a relationship with Jesus, even if you have a relationship with Jesus, ultimately you're going to be in heaven with him, okay? If you don't have a relationship with Jesus, you're going to go to hell. My point is, there isn't anything that you and your power, other than prayer, can do about the stuff that you get freaked out about or worried about or upset about. There's just not. It all comes down to think about, what does it really matter in respect to heaven and eternity? I mean, what does it really matter? Is it helping you when you get ticked off at the person that cut you off and act like a fool because they cut you off? No. It's not going to do you or anybody any good. It's like Pastor Lenny was talking about Sunday. He started off a new series talking about try love. And let me tell you, love is hard, especially when you're tested. And when you sit down and you think about it, in the grand scheme of things, eternity versus reality right now, eternity is much more important. I would much rather somebody be kind to me. Okay, so what? You're 10 minutes late because you helped somebody. Well, you helped them. And in eternity, that's a good thing. Let me read this. Colossians 3:2. Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. We get so caught up in what we have to get done and what we have to do. But in the grand scheme of things, does it matter? It doesn't matter. Can you get it done the next day? Yeah. And even then, is it really going to matter? Maybe it's usually dollars and cents. It's money. But there's not going to be any money in heaven. Not going to be any money in hell. So, I don't want you to go to hell. I want you to go to heaven. Start perceiving as your reality in your day-to-day life of how is this going to help the kingdom? How is this going to be something that Jesus would want me to do? How is this going to help me think about the things that are above? Okay? Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. If you start thinking about what God cares about and what God wants you to do and how God wants you to act, how God wants you to be a parent, etc., etc., it doesn't matter about the other stuff. It doesn't. It's much more important to be focused on what He wants and the heavenly things than it is these earthly things. Because one of these days, Earth's going to pass away, and all the stuff that's in it and affiliated with it, not going to matter. So think of it like that.